Hi, I am so excited to be here with Erin Newman. We are going to be talking money, the Master Your Money event. Now, Master Your Money is coming up. It's May 16th through 18th in Atlanta, Georgia. And if you've never heard of Master Your Money, it's my signature 3-day event that I do because I want to change the legacy around money. And you heard that right? Like legacy around money. I've been doing this work now for over 14 years, which makes me old. But it also makes me concerned. And one of the things that I'm concerned about is the amount of exhaustion that I see out there with entrepreneurs because they're running around doing everything but generating income. And I don't think money is everything for sure, but I know that money affects everything that matters. And what I want for everyone is to be able to know how to generate it so that you can put money away to give yourself a better lifestyle, to be able to contribute to your community, to be able to contribute to your family, and to be able to contribute to the world as a whole. And that's what Master Your Money is about. It's to really shift the money conversation on the planet. So I can talk about this all day long, and I will be talking for 3 days straight when you come see me. But what I thought I'd do instead is let you hear from someone who's been to the event, someone who didn't know me super well before she came to the event, and sort of hear her experience and what she got from it. So I'm super excited to talk to Erin Newman. And before we get started here with Master Your Money, Erin, I'd love for you to tell everybody what you do.
Sure, great. Yeah, so I'm Erin Newman, as Monica said. I am a mindset and business coach for spiritual entrepreneurs, and I help women business owners to move through their blocks, their doubts, and their fears so that they can finally make the income they deserve to be making in their businesses. Yeah, I'm super excited to be here with Monica. I'm not sure if I should tell everybody this, but Monica is also my business coach, and I found her at her amazing 3-day event. So yeah, that was a piece of it too.
Awesome. So long before we became partners in crime in terms of me being your business coach, you came to Master Your Money. And tell me, like, Erin, where were you sort of in your business or in your mindset before you came to Master Your Money?
Sure. So even though I was probably about 2 years into my business, I still hadn't figured out the system that really would create a sustainable income in my business. Like, what do those things look like? What are the processes you have to put in place? How does that work on a sustainable income, on a sustainable basis, instead of just like, oh, amazing, I found a client. Okay, next month, back down. So yeah, it's been this real learning process in terms of like, what are the systems that you have to put in place? And Monica talks a lot about that in the Master Your Money event. So
yeah, and I think that's a common thing that people come to me with is, I have people that come to Master Your Money that have been in business for 2-3 years. I have people that come that have been in business for 10, 15, and 20 years. And one of the things I always say is I'm really good at it, right? And like in a lot of cases, you've had like a good amount of success with it. Like I know that you had, Erin. It's just that you didn't, it's almost like unconscious success where you're not totally sure what's causing the success. And so then you don't know how to either recreate it or sustain it or do it intentionally, which I think is so important, that we're not just like depending on luck to grow our businesses, that we actually have frameworks and systems to follow. And so for you, Erin, what was being at the event like? What did you experience? What did you gain from it?
Sure. Yeah. So one of the cool things about being there is that it's all women entrepreneurs. I shouldn't say all, mostly women entrepreneurs. There are some guys there, some open-minded guys. So just being in that energy is really cool and really exciting. It's a great networking opportunity. But also Monica really gets into the nitty-gritty details of, this is what a sales call looks like. This is what a good conversion rate is around those sales calls. This is how many sales calls you need to be having. She makes you really focus in on the numbers, which, for those of us that are sort of into the woo-woo and into the spiritual side of things, like we don't usually want to focus on those things. We don't want to look at them. And, you know, she definitely speaks to the spiritual pieces and the mindset pieces, you know, but I'd been doing a lot of that work myself. So I knew what those look like. What I didn't know was the sort of, the more nitty gritty pieces, like, here's what your numbers need to be looking like if you want to get to X income. You know, what does that actually mean? What is the system that you have to put into place for that to happen? And she teaches all of that in Master Your Money. It's not just like this airy fairy concept, which again, I really love all those, but it was very detailed and, you know, very detail oriented. So you really took away a lot. You really took away a lot of juiciness. There's this huge, you know, notebook that comes with it so that you can really get into what is that system and what is that process in order to create a sustainable income in your business.
Yeah, I love that, Erin. And, you know, one of the things about Erin is that she's a business coach and she's also a shaman, you know, and so she's a spiritual teacher as well as being a business coach. So it's interesting because I think that that, you know, she's got both pieces of it. And I think that that's important. I think there's a lot of people in the room at Master Your Money who have that spiritual component. I know that, and that are attracted because as much as you need that spiritual component and the sort of the faith and the trust, which is also part of what I teach, you also need the sort of detailed knowledge of what is a sales conversation and how do you do one and how many of them are you supposed to have and what does it look like when you have a conversion, so that you can start to measure things concretely as well. And the workbook that we give out it's a 150-page book that you fill out, you know, as you're doing the event, so that you walk out of the event with some work done, you know, and actually a place where you can go back and reference it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it was so cool to me how Monica really modeled that place where I love to be, which is in the middle of the spiritual and the practical. So throughout that event, she was doing all these really cool spiritual pieces of attracting money and manifesting money, even if those weren't the words that she was using. You know, she was doing those pieces, and it was so cool to be in that space of right in the middle and see you, like I said, modeling that space of spiritual and practical, and like, okay guys, how do we actually do this, you know? Yeah.
Awesome. And what were some of the outcomes that you took from Master Your Money for your own business, Erin?
I took away what a sales conversation really looks like, which freaked me out for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. I love that.
I took away, honestly, I took away your presence on that stage, you know, you being able to stand up in front of, like I said, like a lot of spiritual people, a lot of us who have those spiritual backgrounds, and still say, that's cool. You can do that in your business. And yeah, just how you stood up there in that room and held that space for so many people who came from all different areas of their business, all different walks of life, and said, okay, cool guys, and here's some processes that you can use. And that was just, it was cool to me to watch you do that and watch you be that person for everyone.
Yeah, that's interesting. I love that. It's actually been echoed by a lot of people who are spiritual in my tribe, is that one of the things, and this works in multiple ways. One of the things that I do on stage is I am a healer. So I call in healings, I call in guides. I do it in a way that in a way that feels safe for people that are woo-woo and people that are not woo-woo. And I think it's a great, you know, a lot of the people in my tribe have said, you gave me permission to be really open with my spirituality and to find sort of the middle path that allows people to really be able to come and be with me in my spirituality, but not feel overwhelmed by it. And that's an important piece for those of you that have that as a part of what you do, you know, to be able to bring in your healing or your, you know, Erin just did a retreat, you know, with the goddess and shaman work and business owners all putting it together. And that's one of the things that I think is really important is I really think the spiritual pieces and the healing pieces are so important to are so important to being able to work through all your business obstacles. But I also think you need the business pieces too. And one of the things that you'll get at this event is both sides of it. And Erin, what would you say to people who are thinking about coming to the event, but maybe they're not sure?
Why not?
Yeah.
I would say, come just for the experience of it, really. If I can't even think of a reason why you wouldn't come, so it's really hard for me to say
Yeah.
that. It's really fun too. I think I probably forgot to say that. It's just a
Yeah.
really fun experience. It's lively. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of just community and, esprit de corps. Like, it's just fun. And you just walk away with some really good, juicy stuff for your business too. So yeah, it's really hard for me to answer that because I can't
Yeah.
think of a reason why you wouldn't come. So it's fun.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Erin. So appreciate you. And I can't wait to see you at the event this year, and have an amazing rest of your week. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Monica. Bye.
Bye.